Hey, DJ Ethan Stone here from Icon DJ, and I'm here to do this quick demonstration of my brand new little minimal setup for DJing. So let me just show you what I'm running here. We have an iPad Pro, and out of the iPad Pro, which is running Traktor DJ, which is a free app, we'll get to that later. I have the USB-C port being converted into USB 2.0 that is running a cable over to the back of the Traktor Kontrol Z1, which is a 2-channel mixer that works with both iPad and computers for Traktor. And you could certainly configure it to work with other things like Serato and Rekordbox. So that's plugged into the back of this device interface, and the audio outputs are going from the RCA outputs into the 8-inch inputs of these two SoundLink Revolve Plus 2 speakers by Bose. And these things crank. Let me just show you. This probably isn't the best song to demonstrate how they sound. I'll mix in a second. But yeah, they sound great. And then last but not least, of course, you've got your headphone jack and your headphones plugged in. These are just a cheap pair of Tascams that I got from Guitar Center, TH200X, but they work great for something like this. So I've been really interested in minimalism for a lot of reasons. One, because I'm kind of a hoarder of music gear and I'm always running out of room in my house. Also because when you're doing a DJ gig, like, the best part about the DJ gig is the gig, and the worst part is the setup and breakdown. So the more I can reduce setup and breakdown, the better. And I happen to be a follower of this one DJ online called Suat, S-U-A-T, and he's known for going and doing these really cool DJ performances that seem completely impromptu, where he might, go on a boat and go into a cave, or ride a bicycle in like a bike parade, or, go around like the castles or whatever, all while DJing. And he's got this really cool setup that's not actually similar to this, because his is more like an all-in-one controller hooked up to speakers. But it's the same concept, which is like, hey, there's no reason DJs have to be stuck in a booth. You guys could like go out into nature, you could go and be part of society and, participate. So it's really a neat idea, and I have definitely got an ambition to perform with this thing downtown, and when I do, I'll be sure to upload a video of it. But basically, that's the setup in a nutshell, and I could just show you some like mixing on this. So take off sync. So I took off sync because I like the freedom to be able to play the track exactly when I want. And sync kind of, I'll explain in a second why that can get in the way of the freedom that I'm after. So there you have it, a nice clean mix on this super minimal setup. Once again, Traktor Kontrol Z1 interface, which is interfacing with the free Traktor DJ app on iPad. Rocking these cheap but perfectly good Tascam TH200X headphones, and the audio is coming out to the Bose SoundLink Revolve Plus 2 speakers. And this is stereo, by the way, so if I wanted to crank this up and... Oh yeah, I did want to crank up and give you a... So it's hard to tell because I'm recording this on my cell phone, but I can tell you from my ears, these things sound great, and I'm confident that if I was doing a house party, or if I was just like outside on the street and just wanting to like spread some vibes, like these would be adequate. They would not be enough to, you know, rock something bigger than just a small gathering, but they definitely are enough to spread the vibe. So I'm super stoked on this setup. So before I go, let me just show you a little bit more about both the controller and the DJ software, and maybe the speakers too. So starting with the controller, you've got your basic functions. You know, you've got your volume faders, your crossfader, your filter, which you can, you know, turn on and off. You've got your EQ section, your gain, your total gain, your headphone cue. So if you're, you know, trying to listen to your headphones to what track B is doing, you've got B selected and you're rocking in your headphones, and even with your volume down, you can hear what's going on based on how high your cue volume is. And that's the Traktor Kontrol Z1 in a nutshell, and it should turn on immediately once you plug it into Traktor. It's just plug and play. If you have any problems with it, just unplug it and plug it back in, and that should work. Hey, we might get another track out of this, so let me just throw in another random track. What are we at? We're at 12M? So let's try and do it like a harmonic mix of something else that's like maybe harmonically compatible to this. This song is 11M. Let's give it a shot. Maybe I'll mix it right now. So I'm going to do sync. This will allow me to quickly and easily match the BPMs, because when you're dealing with something this small, sometimes like you can go here to set the BPMs, but it's really finicky. It's kind of a pain. So like, actually, sorry, I'd be here on the tempo slider, but like if I wanted to go, let's say 25.7, it's like, good luck. As soon as I let go, it jumps to 25.8. I almost feel like they built that in to be limited in functionality, so you have to buy hardware. I don't know, but it's annoying. But my workaround is just, you know, hit sync, but then when you hit sync, I'll show you what happens. Like, if you wanted to play song A over here, it's going to see that like little gray thing? It's trying to count down to when it thinks it should be played. Now, half the time it's right, but half the time it's wrong. So to give me the freedom to just play the song when I want it, I turn off sync, and I'll show you this mix. This isn't where I would normally mix it in. So see what I did there? I hit the cue button and then I slid it over to play. That actually is a way to take your cue. So, you know, if you're not exactly sure that you want to start the song then, but you're kind of experimenting, but then you're like, okay, yeah, this is the groove. Then you kind of slide it over into the play button, and then it just like plays out. So let's use these EQs and these filters to kind of get this song in here. So what I like to do is just make little micro adjustments that are like on the beat. See how I'm just kind of like slowly but surely making little, and like after like 16 bars, I like there to have been like a major shift. But hopefully you could hear that. Like to my ears, that was an okay mix. It did not sound bad. And I think there's this idea that DJs have. Let me switch the camera. I think there's this idea that DJs believe that you need equipment like this, which is like a $2,000 mixer, in order to do a good job of mixing. And you need CDJ 3000s in order to do a real pro level DJ's job of DJing. That's not true at all. If you took a beginner DJ and you put them, I mean, this is obvious. If you took a beginner DJ on professional grade equipment, they would always suck and sound worse than a professional DJ on entry level equipment, because it's about your song selection. It's about your understanding of music, basically, beats, bars, and phrases, how to match those up, how to harmonically mix. and how to reach your crowd. That's basically all DJing is, as far as I'm concerned. Now, are there other things like, turntablism and hosting a radio show or hyping up a crowd and emceeing? Yeah, there's so many other things that you can do, but in a nutshell, those are the things I think to focus on. And I really believe are a beginner DJ and you're wanting to learn how to be a good DJ, but you don't really want to pollute the planet with a bunch of plastic stuff that you're not actually going to use, and you don't want to spend all the money that's in your pocket. Start out with this. Get yourself an iPad. I mean, I'll just show you, I freaking love my iPad. I have so many amazing apps on here. So here's my audio effects that I have. Here's my education stuff for music. Here's my routing and MIDI stuff. Here's my synth and piano options, multiple pages of them. I'll show you in other videos what all those programs look like. But, I have 2 iPads. So, in another video I just did, I was, playing keyboard on a synth over a house rate. No, but was I having fun? Absolutely. And that's all within, 2 iPads next to each other. If by the time you put the hardware necessary to do that, a professional stage situation would usually have, you need something like a whole, DJ table. And I mean, that takes up your whole living room. Trust me, it's not as much as it cracked up to be to have all of this fancy hardware. I think you really just want to get good on the basics. And now that I have all this equipment, I still love using my iPad because I travel with it. It's always with me. I'm using it for, checking Gmail and doing work stuff, but it's also DJ. So, while I'm here, I'll show you some other great DJ apps. So Traktor DJ 2 is my first recommendation because it's free. Now, DJ is by far the most popular recommended app on the App Store because it has some pretty amazing functionality if you pay for it. Now, I haven't paid for it, so they kind of paywall it from me, but you can still hit the X and get past this paywall. And then you've got this app. Now, I have connected this, I believe, to SoundCloud, so there should be a way for me to draw from SoundCloud and import tracks. So let's go back to Chill Deep House. And yep, so I'm going to select this track and I'm going to drop it up here and see if that works. Either I'm doing something wrong or it's just, oh yeah, I was just doing something wrong. So, oh cool. So yeah, that's cool. So I had not yet tried this app with this hardware. Now it's not working yet. There might be a way for me to get working. And when I say it's not working because I don't have any fader controls or filters or EQ, but it is routing the audio from out of the USB port into this interface into my speakers. So that is cool. So another reason why I really recommend getting this is because this seems to, be pretty cross-functional between different apps. So, some advantages to this DJ software, DJ, are that it has a lot of things that it can connect with, besides SoundCloud. I believe it connects with Tidal, and I can't remember what all else. It used to connect with Spotify, but unfortunately they got, banned from doing that for some reason, which was a total bummer. But it's also, I don't know, it's got a lot going on. I'll have to go through it in another video, all the different things that you can do on DJ, because honestly, I'm not super familiar with it yet, but I soon will be. This is cool. So there's let me just fade this down real quick. I guess I'll have to go into the app to do that. Oops, no, I'm not using Traktor at this point. I'm using DJ. So that's what's so cool. It's hey, I can just immediately open and close all these different music apps. And you can use something like AUM, I believe it's pronounced OM, to actually have multiple apps running on one iPad and be able to have the sound come out. And you actually basically have a mixer on this software called AUM. Let me just show that to you real quick. So where is that? Audio effects, routing, and MIDI. It must be Yeah, AUM. Okay, so I'm not going to actually fully set this up, but like in theory, I can add like different things that I'm playing on my iPad and have it routed through this, and then have, you know, a mixing board that controls all the different apps I'm running simultaneously in here. So it's really cool. It's a bit complicated, and I still need to learn how to use it, but in theory, it's perfect. So back to DJ apps. There's also this DJM recorder, which is Pioneer makes it, and it helps you record your DJ sets. There's an RMX 1000 app, so there's like $1,000 piece of hardware called the RMX 1000 that is an effects unit for DJs, and you actually can pay $20 and get it on your iPad. So I've only been able to get this to work with the Pioneer high-end mixers like the Nexus mixers and the V10 mixer. But in theory, it should work with something like my Zone as well. But anyway, you know, you can save yourself $1,000 by, you know, running your effects unit through your iPad instead of buying the hardware if you want to. And I'm not even going to bother hyping these ones up because I don't think they're really, well, actually this one's kind of nifty. It's called Mix Fader. And let me just see here. So how do I get in here? Start scratching. I'm going to say, okay, start scratching. And then I need to figure, I'm going to pause it while I figure out how to import a track. Okay, so I believe, oh, sweet. And it's working again. It's, this thing's also coming out of my, I don't know why that is a track on here. Oh, I know. This is like my iTunes. Yeah, I've been struggling with figuring out how to get my iTunes music to play on these, but and I probably shouldn't play any of these songs because I'll probably get banned, but like I'll play a second of this. So it's like, you know, it's not like an actual turntable, but it for something that's free, you know, if you're on the road and you don't happen to have a Technic turntable in your lap, like, yeah, this is better than nothing. So this video is getting a lot longer. I was originally just going to make this like a minute long, but I'm having so much fun, as you can see, playing with my toys. So before I sign off here, let me just show you, like, no batteries anywhere. So there's a battery inside of the speaker, a battery inside of the speaker, and there's a battery inside of this iPad. But other than that, there's no power coming from anywhere. This is a completely self-contained setup. And yes, technically, you can buy all-in-one DJ units, but what you're sacrificing are the powerful brains of an iPad. If you already have an iPad, like, you're better off, in my opinion, using the powerful processing power of this like really expensive quality product, and using this to run your DJ software as opposed to the cheap components of a cheap controller. And then also the audio quality of these speakers is, you know, a lot better than, say, like the Numark. I think it's called the Numark Go, which is a really cool unit. But again, it's like, if you already have this stuff, don't pollute the planet. Don't buy more crap. I've made that mistake. I regret it. I feel bad about it. I really want to make a statement and a drive towards minimalism as a DJ and encourage other people to do it. Yes, I'm probably still going to buy CDJ 3000s and stuff like that for, you know, club practice and eventually, you know, starting my own nightclub. But at the same time, I'm just going to try to buy less stuff and make more of what I already have. So if you have any of these components already, I highly recommend that you know, think about putting a rig together like this. And if you come up with something cooler or something different, let me know in the comments, please. You know, DJ community is great about sharing, so please share your insights, ideas, and critiques. And I'm going to so much for the one or two of you who actually watched this to the very end. My name is DJ Ethan Stone. My company is called Icon DJ. IconDJ.com. If you ever need any gear, if you ever need any advice, please don't be shy. Reach out. My email is djethanstone@gmail.com, and I'm here for you. Peace and love, everybody. Have yourself a great 2023 and beyond, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.